What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. So we're going to start off with the TA, and then we are going to talk about just my thoughts. We didn't have a lot of time in yesterday's video. I have actually already recorded this video, but it turned out to be 50 minutes. And then I recorded it again, and it also turned out to be 50 minutes. So this is now the third take. So just know, guys, I do put a lot of time into these things. I don't get anything out of this, all right? Since I turned like the AdSense on, I've made 140 bucks so far. Thank you, by the way, for the person who sent the super chat the other day. I didn't even know those were like available. I thought I was gonna have to like post a short to even like have access to shorts or any like to like donations or the super chats, whatever they call them. But yeah, I guess people could send those. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really don't get anything out of this. All right. Eventually, I know I will get paid for my efforts here. I do know that. But for now, no, it's just literally, this is my passion. This is what I enjoy doing. This is, yeah, at the end of the day, I love this. All right. No matter how much pain that comes from this, guys, I'm addicted to the market. All right. I'm addicted. I love this shit. Pardon my French. Maybe this video will not be monetized. I don't know. But yeah, all right. Just know that I love this. All right, and I will continuously get back up to improve in order to thrive. All right, straight up. I've gotten back up a lot of times throughout this bear market. Okay. Now, luckily, the past 2 times have been significantly easier to get back up and bring my accounts back up. All right, but and the last time was down here. It was down here, all right, and we're seeing this right here. But I'm going to say right now, I'm going to start this off. Before we go over any TA, I'm going to start this off with my Twitter, all right? We're going to come over here. We're going to click on this one right here. All right, and I'm just going to read this word for word, all right? I want to just say that I did think the sell-off would come much sooner than what we were faced with. It does suck that it is this way, but there's nothing to do about it besides putting a plan in place to make sure that this does not happen again. Markets have given me a worst case scenario, which is something I didn't think would happen, but nevertheless, it did. Something I wish wasn't the case, but unfortunately, this pain is the only thing that moves someone forward through any particular journey. My journey will go on, but unfortunately, I believe my capital will just get right back to where it was when all is said and done with this sell-off. Then the pain, then I meant to just say this or the either or, then this pain will be reflected in my trading. I'm now sitting on my hands until I decide to take profits on my puts. Yes, profits. The profits ain't there now, only losses. But by the time that happens, I will have my version of a fully systematic approach to trading, which in the end will make this pain worth it. Yes, guys, I am doing everything I can to make this pain worth it, because I'm not going to say this hasn't been extremely painful, extremely soul-crushing, extremely just... I'm not going to say humiliating, because at the end of the day, I don't really care. Like, I'll keep putting myself out there. I will keep putting myself out there, and I'm going to be honest. I now see the kind of thick skin that I hear like that creators just have to develop, because if you don't develop it, you're just going to quit. All right, and like I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even care if I keep messing up. All right, I'm just going to keep coming back. There's no reason to stop now. Definitely no reason. But at the end of the day, I mean, the TA really has been spot on. I told you guys what would be required to push up here to 420, 430. Guys, we got that in yesterday's video, or not yesterday's video, yesterday's FOMC meeting. Okay, when he was answering questions, he literally fully acknowledged the bull case. Okay, and yeah, okay. So let's actually pull that up right now. We'll pull up some notes before we're going to go over the charts first, all right? We're going to go over the charts first, and then we're going to go over the notes. But let me just quickly pull these up before, so I have them ready, all right? So they're now there, okay? We have that right there, okay? And we can look at some of my other retweets, because I'm going to be honest, guys. There's some lessons to be pulled out of pain that I see on Twitter, okay? Other people are experiencing the same pain that I have, and you know what? I'm doing my version of something I retweeted, which actually, we'll look at this right now, okay? Something I retweeted was, I've been retweeting a lot of this guy. I think this guy's going through this exact same thing. You're awfully calm for 90% short. I'm 100% short. QQ down basically 55% of the year and shitting a brick. Guys, yeah, I have just been here before. I've been here so many times before. That like I've told you guys how I look at getting rich, which is like, hey, if you're gonna find something that works, you're gonna hit a point where you get rich in 1 to 2 years. All right, that is like it's going to be the accelerated growth curve. I've done things that have completely crapped on my accelerated growth curve. I was definitely on there. But over the last, we'll say, month or two, things have definitely taken a turn for me. So I am doing my version of exactly this, which is you come up here. There we go. Every trade since November has been S. My losses in the past few months have been so bad, it has taken a toll on my mental health. No matter what I do, the market does the opposite. I go long, it goes down. I go short, it goes up. Now, I will say, I don't have this exact same experience because of the work we do put in here on the channel. All right, and across all the platforms. Again, also, there's some things behind the scenes as well. All right, but in the end, like, no, it's very clear. We are obsessed with the market. Okay, we are very obsessed with the market. I will not leave this game without having hundreds of millions of dollars. I'll say that right now. Okay, I don't know what age that's going to be there. Okay, I don't really care. I don't even care about the hundreds of millions of dollars figure. I don't care. All right, what I do care about, fully care about, is that I keep getting back up, and I do get to that point where I do have full financial freedom because of the charts, okay, and because of trading. Right now, I'm not there, okay? I'm not there. You guys, I know you guys understand. I do have two jobs. I have two jobs along in the market. I've explained my worst case scenario, all right? And I said my worst case scenario has happened, all right? It's not so bad. It's not like, I just have a chance of my trading account going to zero now. I actually will say, I don't think I said in this video so far, but I did in my MAR account, I did end up putting on $1,000 hedge on buy, just in case we do end up having that 420 430 rip. And it's only $1,000 because it's like, if it just die, then that was the risk I was accepting there. If it dies, it dies. All right. Right now it's up. I ended up buying it at open. So yeah, it should be up. But like, other than that, guys, no, I'm still like, I'm full bear mode. There's no freaking way that this is not a bull trap. All right. We're going to go over some things in this video that just, like, I hope it makes it very obvious that, like, hey, people are buying into the trap, and like, it's very bad. All right. But right here, guys, this is what I am, this is what I'm doing my version of. I know the feeling. Take a break and come back. I'm doing my version of it. I set myself up in positions, all right, this morning, in which is just going to allow me to just sit back, relax. I now know, like, even if the Feb 17, hey, even if they do go to zero, it's just whatever, right? I just literally do not want to look for a while, and I just want to come back when things are going my way. And hey, somehow magically money is going to be there, and I'm not going to have to sit there just with what this guy was just saying, okay? Which was mental health, okay? It has taken a toll on my mental health, guys. I fully acknowledge that over the past few months, like this whole... So, like, I've been seeing the YouTube channel grow and stuff like that. I'm not going to stop or anything like that, but I'm going to fully say right now, I have 100% seen my attention span go down. I've seen my mental health take a toll, okay? I've seen take a dive. It's taken a toll on my mental health. I have seen myself, I have not been consistent with the gym, which has been pissing me off. I do have injuries, but, like, that's no excuse right there, all right? There's no reason I should not be trying to physically improve my body. All right, like, obviously there's walks with my dogs and stuff like that, but all in all, no, I have not been doing the things that, like, I know for a fact that I could easily do to get back on track. And then there you go, like, the journey of self-improvement that just you continuously improve each week by week, that will be restored. That is what I'm working on right now. Okay, that is exactly what I'm working on right now. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not going to make this a 50-minute video. I'm going to try and keep it under 30 minutes. We're going to talk. We're going to go over TA. We're going to go over Jerome's comments. We're going to go over the notes. All right. I'm going to try and keep it under 30 minutes, but just know there's going to be extensive talking in this video, right? I'm going to be giving you my thoughts, my opinions, and what I'm going to be doing. And it's not all just about the market, but the vast majority is just about the market. But just know, far as my mental health goes, like, yeah, guys, I'm going to be doing a lot of things just to get my mental health back to where it was. All right. And it was in a state of, like, hey, all right, like, that I was just like, I just remember. I literally remember just always having a smile on my face. And there were things, all right. There were things that went on that, got me down and stuff. But, like, at the end of the day, I miss just being a, and I'm not going to say I'm not a ball of energy now, right? I got energy that's there, right? But the continuous improvements throughout my life, there was a time where it just kept, like, I got to this point. We'll say that, okay? I want to get to a point where I am week by week just steadily improving again. And right now, that's not that. Okay. So I am going to be doing what I believe necessary to do that. Okay, guys, and I don't know. I have no idea if I'm going to pull the trigger on this. I have absolutely no idea. All right. But there is the possibility that in near to future that I do just turn comments off and I do just launch a Discord. So if anybody does want to, join the community, and pretty much that's where you would be a part of it there and share everything there, and I would be active in there as well. That would be where that gets done. All right. And that's just to ensure that, like, hey, you don't have these people. Okay. You don't have, like, just like, honestly, I don't want to, like, some of the comments, I literally don't want to look at them. I don't even want them popping up. All right. And that's why I say I just want to turn off the comments. All right. I'm not going to deny. Okay. There are things I could have done better, but I'm going to be straight up. Me sitting there arguing with people in the comment section, like, that urge to do that, it's not just going to go away. Okay. Me reading the comment, even if I don't respond, guys, it's going to hurt my feeling. It's going to make me feel good. It's going to do whatever it does. All right. I leave a heart on, like, every comment just to know that, so you know, like, hey, I read it. I read all the comments. All right. But I'm at a point where I only want my mental health to be in the best state it possibly can be. All right. So I'm going to maximize every single possible thing in my life. All right. Let's just make this pretty for you. Make this all big black screen instead of having that little white bar at the top there. But yeah, guys. So I'm just letting you guys know I will 100% be doing whatever it takes to get back to that point. I miss that. All right. I heavily miss that. The feeling of like, yeah, just the opposite of what I've been feeling. I'll say that, okay? And I'm going to do whatever it takes to get back to that point. And I'm sorry if it does mean turning off the comments. That is 100% what it's going to have to take. All right. Maybe the sub count starts going down for like a week or two after I do that. And then maybe it starts accelerating after that. I have absolutely no idea. But I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm over, honestly, like, watching other people's content and then also just, like, I mean, I'm not going to say I do the most of that right now. I kind of do. There's like a few people I watch, but recently I have definitely tried just like ignoring YouTube videos and things on Twitter that pop up. And I've definitely unfollowed a few people on Twitter. Like, just because I really do just want I want all noise out of the picture. I literally do. All right. If something's happening in my life, if something's happening, if something great is happening in my life, I want it to 100% be because of me. If something terrible is happening in my life, I want to know 100% I was fully in control of this. I didn't have any outside factors there shoving that in there. Okay. So at the end of the day, I will 100% be doing exactly whatever it takes to get there. That's what I will be doing. So if it does take shutting off the comments, I promise that will happen. All right. But yeah, if I do shut off the comments, there will be, you obviously, I'll still have the Twitter up. You can go do that. But there also will be a little community that people can have there too. And that will also be the way, like, if there's someone just talking straight crap, then, like, dude, I'll kick you out the Discord. Okay. It's going to be something that's probably like $10 to $15 a month where you could, if you want to be a part of that community. Okay. There's that. All right. There's going to be a bunch of different pages in there. There's that. And, if I don't turn off comments, I don't know if that comes, but if I do turn off comments, that's just a way that I 100% do still have, I have the community, the people who want to be there. That's where you can share. That's where you can ask questions. That's where you can talk to everyone. That's where you can share your charts and do all that. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's, with all that out of the way, let's get into Jerome's comments. Okay. We'll talk about Jerome's comments in detail. I told you guys I did record this video already twice. They turned out to be 50-minute videos. We're at 13 minutes right now, 14 minutes right now. We're going to quickly go through this, and then we're going to quickly go through the TA, and then I'm going to leave it at that. All right, so we got the 25 that was expected, and that ended up happening. Obviously, there was that. All right, you come over here, Jerome's comments. Ongoing increases will be appropriate. That is bearish. I literally did this in the last video and was writing that out, so we'll see. Ongoing increases will be appropriate. Bearish, all right? Significantly reducing size of balance sheet. Bearish. Let's actually do this. How many bearish factors to bullish factors do we have? 2. All right. Some time tight conditions. I guess I was going quick there, but we're going to have tight conditions for some time. 3. All right. There's that. Okay. Inflation remains well above their long-term goal. 4. All right. And this is why I say, like, the market is ignoring the bearish things that were said here. Core PC rose to 4.4%. I think that was year over year. Not sure. Blah. All right. Inflation reading shows reduction over past 3 months. Bullish. We have 1 for bulls. All right. They need substantially more evidence to be confident. 5. That's another bearish thing. Long-term expectations, inflation expectations remain well anchored. Bullish. All right. It remains too high, although has moderated. They said that in a different manner, though. They said, although inflation has moderated, it still remains too high. So that is 6 for the bears. All right. Strongly committed to bringing 2% goal. All right. 7 for the bears. Ongoing increases in target Fed funds rates will be appropriate. Like I said, that is bearish AF. Will take time for monetary policy tightening to be realized. Worse is yet to come, in his words. All right. I do think that is bearish. All right. Shifting to a slower pace will better allow the committee to assess how the economy is responding to tightening financial conditions. But this actually can also be both. So, I mean, I guess we'll just leave it out. Shifting to a slower pace will better allow a committee to assess how the economy is responding to tightening. We're actually going to say this is all. It's not like bullish because we already knew it, but I guess we'll call it bullish. So I guess that was the third bullish thing. Below trend growth due to bringing inflation down. First recession narrative. Talk. All right, so guys, we're up to 9 for bears. This is like bad. That's what I was saying. They're ignoring stuff. You're gonna see in the questions it completely shifts. He shifts, but yeah, as far as the presser, guys, terrible. All right, historical record caution strongly against prematurely loosening policy. 10 things for bears, guys. It's like what? Not bad, not good, but more bad than good is what I got out of that. Pretty aggressive stuff, in my opinion. That's what I was saying. He was like pretty aggressive there. All right, but then you come over to the questions, and this is when things they took a complete turn. All right, so he's happy to seeing inflation come down. All right, so let's continue with it. All right, let's continue with it. So now we're at 4 for bulls, right? We're at 4s. Where was the last 3? We haven't had a bulls thing. Dang. Dang, dude. Yeah, 3 right here. All right. So we're at 4 right there. By many indicators, the job market is still strong. We are at 11 for bears, dude. Is SEP still the best guide path going forward? Now, he said that they advised that ongoing rate hikes will be appropriate in the SEP report. So, yeah, that's another thing that's bearish. Pretty much, but it's assuring. It's what I've been talking about. He's pretty much just going to reassure the market of what he's already said. Now, there were new things in this, and he also didn't really have the super hawkish tone as he was saying these bearish things, though. All right, so I'm just going to say that he did not have this super hawk tone, which like clearly would have made the market go down. We've covered a lot of ground. Bullish. All right, bullish. So that is 5. All right, you come over here. Financial conditions sure have tightened. Work still needs to be done there. All right, it's a mix. Hard, I guess. Dang, guys. The job is, maybe that's because I've been talking for 2 hours here. I started this video so freaking early. Now it is not early. The job is not fully done. All right, 13. All right, financial conditions sure have tightened. So there was, that's neutral right there. We don't see disinflation yet in the core services. All right, that is not okay. Market is going crazy off this. That is, yeah, it's whatever. It would be very premature to declare victory, and it was victory against inflation, guys. So you had 15 to 5. That's what I'm getting at. Now, there probably were some other things that I just didn't have in between here and there. All right, and I know I stopped listening pretty early there during the questions, so I could record that video for you guys yesterday. But as you guys see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I just like literally showed you guys this. Oh, there's more, guys. There's more. All right, but wait, there's more. Market went absolutely balls to the walls of Jerome saying the disinflationary process has started. He needs a couple more rate hikes. 16. All right, there was 16 for bears. He's not very far from that level bullish. Real rates are now positive. Policy is restrictive. 6. Well, yeah. But guys, this is like decently bullish in my opinion. He acknowledged policy is restrictive. I don't get how you change that by going up 25 basis points, but last time it wasn't restrictive, now it is. Oh, Jerome, what you talking about? You're flip-flopping there. We'll be carefully watching the economy. He mentioned the disinflationary process again. Say this, but it's not another thing. It's, well, I guess we never really said it over there, so I guess Or I guess this will be 7, so that's not it. All right. The minutes will come out in 3 weeks, and we'll give you a lot of detail. Holy crap, dude! A lot of detail. Minutes may have just spoke about a pause. All right, so that was something I'll say is bullish. All right. There was that. Those minutes may cause the masses push when they come out. That was my thought when he said there's something that he said. I don't remember what it was. But it was probably along the lines of like, you know, guys, we've came a long way. The disinflationary process has definitely started. All right. And he said it like probably 5 or 6 times while I was listening, that the disinflationary process is now definitely like clearly started. So there's that. But yeah, it was probably along the lines that they're seeing signs that are coming out. And like, I'm just saying, guys, all right? They didn't pivot here. He made it pretty clear that they didn't. I don't think they talked about a pivot. I don't think they. And I say pivot. I guess that would be a pivot, which would be rate cuts, right? That is the pivot where they start cutting rates, and that is when you have a crash get signals within months. All right. Whenever they do start cutting rates, you're going to have one hell of a bull run, and then that's going to signal a crash fairly like pretty close down the line there. All right, so that is going to be a thing. So just know, guys, when a pivot does come, it's bad. It's gonna be good at first, but then it should be bad. All right, because they only really pivot when things are bad, when things are breaking. Okay, and I think we're gonna see signs that things are breaking in the coming months. All right, but yeah, I don't think this is like, dude, this is far from over, guys. What the market's getting really excited about right now, I don't think this is what. I don't like. I do think this is the rational. This is the rational reaction to what Powell said yesterday. All right. And I don't say that as in like, hey, this isn't a irrational exuberance rally that's taking place that's going to get a rug pulled. I'm not saying that's not the case at all. What I'm saying is I told you guys about a week ago, probably in the last week report, definitely leading up into FOMC in the last few videos, I told you guys that like if Powell comes out dovish, if he acknowledges the bull case, that's what's going to shoot you up within a week to this 420 to 430 area I have marked right here. All right. That is exactly what's going to do that in a very short amount of time. All right. That is why I took that hedge, which is just because like, hey, if it does happen, I want to make a few extra grand off that. And I want to be able to flip those to puts. That's also going to help my Mara account. And then I get to pretty much, you know, we get to ride some dated puts down with that after we sell the hedge on there. And then yeah, and in the end more Mara money, and then I get to do that. And guys, if you don't know what the Mara account is, literally just the account that I have just been buying Mara on. Okay. I started it over here. All right, and it is done pretty well. I'm just gonna say that it is done. It is at this point in time, it's done better than my trading account. Okay, if we take out this last month from the trading account, then no, definitely has not. But I will say right now, this is what I was saying. I made a video. I want to say it was like 2 weeks ago, explaining my worst case scenario, which is like, hey, worst case scenario, I got to fall back on the Mara account, which is like at the end of the day, I don't think I'm gonna have to fall back on it. But I will say right now, the Mara account is definitely significantly larger than the other one, or not significantly. It's right there. But like, you know, all right, that was something that I did not see happening. All right, but that's why I'm really glad I did what I did. All right, because like, worst case scenario, didn't think it was gonna happen, but it happened. All right. But yeah, guys, that is something that I am just going to continuously just be compounding Mara, because Mara is something that I have. I was able to get a very good entry over here on it. All right, I got the first entry with the majority of what I got up here on $10. I think it was like right over here. It was this day over here. All right, and then I was able to do that, and I was able to sell into that. All right, and then I sat on my hands until we came all the way back down here, and then at 350 I entered there. All right, and then if we did end up going down 250, I would have gotten heavier into that. All right, but I still had a decent chunk of change there, do something there for me for that Mara account there. But I took profits on that, and now I am completely sitting on my hands. I do, like I just said, I do have that hedge open there. And that's strictly like, hey guys, if it goes to zero, I lost $1,000. It's whatever, right? It's slightly over $1,000. But like if I am like, if we don't get, if I'm wrong pretty much, if we don't get, I think we do get a rug pull off of probably off of these big tech earnings that we got going on. We're heavily rallying into them. I really don't I don't see how this can keep up. All right, you see where we are right now. I don't see, like, do you see this week right now? We're up 5%. All right. Did we have any other weeks where we up 5%? We were up 7% this week. Look at that. And then you stalled out for a week, and then you had your rug pull there, and then you made that new low. All right. But then again, that's also after you had all of this selling. We didn't get that first wave of selling here. We had that. And then it's not like this was like, we can't call this a counter trend move. It beat this. All right. You broke your downtrend. All right. Well, I'm not going to say you broke your downtrend, because in order to really have a trend change here, all right, because you can easily just look at this as the lower high from here, right? And then, oh, this could also be forming another larger lower high here, all right? But this would be your low right here, and you need to come down and break it. So in my mind, like, what's going to be really important is coming down and testing this level right here, all right? It's going to be extremely important, okay, guys? I tell you guys all the time, the TA and the analysis covered here on the channel, it's not biased, all right? If everything is overwhelmingly in one direction, you're going to clearly see it come off as it has a bias, because the information I'm showing you is that. But in reality, I'm trying to look at a chart, or not a chart, all of the charts that I have here on over here, all right? And I'm trying to put a big picture together, all right? And in the end, if we have 9 out of 10 factors showing bearish, all right? Yeah, why am I going to lean bullish? It makes absolutely no sense. So, like, there's that. But if there are any factors that go against, like, the vast majority of guys, they'll be in there. All right. They just can't, they have to be overwhelmingly, it has to be on that side, or I'm not going to flip to that side. All right. Right now, this makes absolutely no sense to me. All right. It literally makes no sense to me. I don't think we're starting a massive bull run. All right. I have been warning that, like, on the monthly time frame, all right, we do have factors suggesting we have one loading, all right, but we did not get, like, Bitcoin got this bullish divergence here, all right. We never got the bullish divergence on the monthly time from here that I was waiting to call a top. And we also we didn't go down and get the weekly divergence there, all right. You had a little one right here, all right, a very slight one, and that ended up giving you this, all right. But I will say this definitely has already played out, all right. And I don't think, and I'm sorry if you're someone who doesn't want to hear me say QE to infinity, that's literally what happened out here. Back here, what they announced to save the market, they said, we will do whatever it takes. All right. They did whatever it took. Okay. They literally have printed, like, and I don't even want to say printed, because that's not how the system works. All right. But the most amount of money got allowed into the system, we'll say, all right, than has ever been there. All right. And this is exactly what happens when that takes place. All right. The Federal Reserve's balance sheet, it surpassed all-time highs before. That is why the market did this. Well, guess what? They've announced that we have QT going on right now, which means the Federal Reserve balance sheet is going down. Take it back to what we just looked at over here, and you look at significantly reducing size of balance sheet. That is one of the first things he mentioned. That's why I say, like, during the questions, he, like, kind of completely shifted tones. All right. And we actually never finished going over those. So we can finish going over those. But yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. He is acknowledging that we don't have this going on. So technically speaking, we're not going to have this going on. All right. I hope that is very clear to everyone, because if it's not, you're getting trapped. And I'm not saying you're not going to have a joyride here. Not going to say you're not going to come up to 421.22. Maybe not even. I'm not going to say you maybe don't even come up to 430. Maybe you do. Okay. The chance is there. You have, like, that was the case. What happened yesterday is what I told you. That's the only way you get up there. Well, guess what? You now have the only way you get up there happening. All right. So, like, is it going to happen? I have absolutely no idea. But I do know when all is said and done, you have VIX 100% getting ready to skyrocket, okay? I don't care what anybody says. You have, like, and this is why, like, recently I've kind of past few weeks I've tried just not watching people's YouTube videos. I've tried, like, just not really, like, paying attention to people, okay? I watch them here and there, all right? When I'm really on the edge of my seat there, all right? But at the end of the day, no, I want my own analysis to really be reflected, okay? In my trading, all right? And at the end of the day, all right, I'm not going to allow anybody to allow me to get bullish when VIX is doing this, guys, this very well could be our top. And pardon the voice crack just happened. You do have a hangman candlestick forming. I don't know if to finish out the day like that. It's 1 o'clock p.m. right now, Eastern Standard Time, but you know, it feels colder. Nice. It was definitely freezing this morning. Definitely freezing this morning. I actually recorded a trail walk this morning. So I don't think I'm gonna end up putting it out, but it was a rather nice little walk we had this morning in the freezing cold. It was so cold. It was like 20. Maybe to some of you guys, maybe that's not even cold. Maybe to some of you guys, it's absolutely freezing. Well, that's kind of just CT for you. It's just we get everything here. But yeah, guys, VIX is literally doing that. Let's finish going over the notes before we go over the charts, because I want to quickly run through them within like 5 minutes, and there's that. All right. So there's that. All right. Inflation's coming down. Oh, did we finish going through these? Did we? All right. The committee decided that this was not the time to pause. There's work left to do. There's only one way forward for the debt ceiling limit, for the debt ceiling, and that is to raise the debt ceiling limit. Bullish as fuck. Pardon my French. All right. Bullish AF. All right. So I think that was 9 for the bulls, and we have 16 for the bears. And this is what I was saying. He literally completely switched his tone. There probably were more stuff to say here. All right. So 17 for the bears, 9 for the bulls. All right. Oh, right there, that this was not the time to pause. All right. So this was also something that I will say is bearish. We had 17, then we have 18 there. All right, and that's when I stopped listening, was right over here. All right, market exploding up to resistance after he started saying stuff about the de-inflationary process taking place. Let's fix you up right there, buddy. And you come over here, moving forward, play strangles on FOMC events. That's something I literally had a thought. I literally had sold my puts right at the low of day. I don't remember where it was. Maybe it was somewhere over here. All right, and then I had started getting back into them as I started seeing things I liked, and by the time VIX's gap had filled, I was pretty much all in them again. Not all in them, but like the vast majority was right up there in them. All right. This morning I think I definitely covered it already. What I was doing. Never mind. I definitely covered it. But yeah. All right, guys, March 17, 280 QQ puts. Those are my last put buy, and now I am completely 100% sitting on my hands. No, your boy will not be buying any more puts. Your boy doesn't have much more money that he's willing to risk to buy any more puts. I do, like I said, the MAR account exists. I refuse. All right, I fully see what I have done here with a trading account that it made me feel like I was on top of the world not too long ago, and now I'm sitting here, I'm like, crap, all right? Now I got to hunker down, I got to do exactly what I need to do, what I've done in the past to get exactly back to there, all right? And then we can go from there, but I need to get back to there, all right? So, like, yeah, I have the ability to keep FOMOing, but I fully acknowledge what I've been doing, and, yeah, I'm not going to say, you know, I'm just not going to say that I handled this the best. So I probably will not, I'll probably keep mishandling this while this irrational situation is happening. This irrational situation is happening strictly to trigger people's emotions, such as mine, to make them act irrationally. All right. So I'm not going to expose myself to that anymore. All right. So now let's actually go over the charts. All right. So now we went over that. All right. Let's finish off with the charts. I'm sorry, it is going to be over a 30-minute video. Maybe it's under a 40-minute video, though. We'll go over the charts pretty quick. All right. So you are now after QQ's gap fill here. So we're going to change this to a darker green. This dark green? Yeah, we'll change it to that dark green. Oh, excuse me. Holy crap. You had passed all resistance on QQQ up until this next gap fill over at 322, which is terrible, guys. This is not good for the bears, all right? Lows 322.08, all right, over here, all right, 322.08. You come over here, we'll make that a bright green line, open gap fill, there we go, okay. All right, so that is the next resistance that I'm watching, and that is what I was saying, guys. I don't know which video I said it, but I know for a fact I said it. The only way you get up here on SPY to 420 to 430 is if Jerome comes out acknowledging the bull case and has dovish comments, all right? And I said it would probably happen within a week, if I'm remembering correctly. That is what's taking place right now. So far, the hedge is it is off to a very good start. All right, it is a SPY hedge. QQ is I don't know what the hell is going to happen with QQQ. QQQ is going to have a really sharp decline compared to SPY, I'm pretty sure. But actually, something I also will point out is that DIA. So this is something that we are completely seeing the tech earnings in the tech. We'll say, yeah, the whole tech sector. It is what's carrying the market right now. It's very clear to see that since we don't have DIA breaking out here. DIA did try and break out yesterday, but it closed underneath that trend line. This is something that's important, guys. This can act as a bull flag. All right, it can act as a bull flag, or this can literally just be a pennant, and we could see a breakdown from it, or we could see it break up. I'm not saying we don't see a break up from it, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you see the break up from it, it's not going to be anything good. And I've told you guys that this physically doesn't make sense. Okay, this makes absolutely no sense if you're going to start one massive bull run that's going to, if you're going to have this thing go on for months, it's not going to start where you are right now. All right, I'll say it again on DIA, but not even DIA now, guys. Now we have the other indices. Holy sweet baby Jesus. Let's just put this up here. All right, now you guys can clearly see. This is exactly where we got rug pulled from last time on the CCI. I'm not saying we do this, but if we don't get anything that sharply just rugs us over the following week, then this is on the table where we grind up for the following week. Like someone left a comment on Weeble, I think it was, and it was like, and it was definitely sarcasm, but maybe it's not even, maybe it'll actually happen. I don't know. Maybe you push up to Feb 17. I think that's highly unlikely. All right, like extremely unlikely with what's going on right now with Mr. VIX. All right, but if VIX ends up coming down and like literally breaks down from this pattern, has a close down here, then I'm gonna be like, what the heck? All right, but also like the lower VIX gets, the more bearish it gets. So it's gonna be really freaking conflicting for your boy, guys. It really is. Like you don't have something that's telling you this is not a big trap. From my TA, I don't have anything telling me that this isn't a massive trap. Like this is a massive trap. You even have DIA completely not rallying with the rest. This is terrible. You have one sector of the market just completely not doing anything that is in agreement with this. All right, with the tech sector. Like this is not okay. All right, and I don't know if this is something that's calling Fugazi and what's going on right now, but like, hey, you guys see where the weekly CCI is now here on QQQ. We are now in peak territory for rug pull. Do we have another year of pain? Do we have a whole nother year of pain coming? All right, I don't know, but this is exactly the setup we had going into last year. All right, and now we're at the beginning of this year, and holy sweet baby Jesus, it's here. All right, I personally don't think this RSI is going to get all the way over to 70, but if you do look on the daily RSI here, you now can see we are at a level that hasn't been reached at any of these peaks here. All right, you had one over here, you went to 78 over there, so you could end up, you guys, is looking very similar to this. All right, very similar to this. I don't think that is going to be happening though. I don't think we're going to drop a little and then rally back up and create this bullish divergence you got going on right here, where you went like that, but over here you went like that and made that higher high. I don't think that is going to be the case. I think whenever you do start declining, I think that is probably going to be the decline. All right, people, listen, I'm just going to say right now, all right, even like if you are bullish, okay, if you're bullish, which I'm not going to say I'm like long-term, like I'm going to say long-term I'm bearish, mid-term I'm bullish, short-term I'm extremely bearish, all right? I'm going to say that strictly because like this does not make sense. If you are bullish, if you're mid or long-term bullish, you should be looking to exit those longs right now. This is literally not what you want to see if you were a bull, all right? This is not setting up for a healthy thing to go. Like, look at it this way, all right? This was caused by QE. That is literally what caused it. 100%. As the Federal Reserve's balance sheet rose, the stock market rose, okay? That is exactly what caused that, okay? Right now, they have just announced that they're going to be significantly reducing the balance sheet, all right? And I saw a chart that showed me that they kind of haven't been significantly tightening financial conditions. They've kind of just been easing them as they've been tightening rates, which I don't know how that makes any sense, but it was on the chart, all right? Eventually, I'm going to find these charts. Again, if you do have that platform, that I'm able to look at this economic data on, please let me know. Okay, if I could pull up just a bunch of different charts and just look at all this economic data, I'd love to find a platform. I'm gonna start searching one for one because I see other bigger guys on YouTube having them, and I just don't know what platform these guys are on. So I need to find these. But yeah, guys, like a rug pull is like 100% here. Okay, it is here. It's screaming in your face. The fact that VIX is doing this right now is a big red flag, a humongous red flag. Just realize this, okay? Bears thought you were going to get right here, okay? Bears thought you were going to get rejected right here, so we're down here. All right, bulls think you're going to get rejected here. It's probably somewhere in between. All right, and right now would be right in between 400 and 430. We are literally right in between. So, like, if dealers were going to have the best case scenario for them play out, it's going to be you're going to get your rug pull starting from right in the middle. You're not going to give the bulls what they want. All right, it's just not going to be how things go. Actually, let's look at, come over here to Webull. Let me wait for that thing to pull up. I guess this is going to be a bit of a longer video. I guess it's okay though. So let's come over here to SPY. I should have SPY somewhere. Get indices. Okay, come over here to Mr. SPY. Mr. SPY. It's something I've been watching and I have failed to play. And holy crap, dang it, dude! Oh, gosh darn it. Gosh darn it, guys. It was literally on this dip where I considered, and I've sat through pain through this, and I considered throwing a couple grand into GNS. GNS $5 calls. They were so low, guys. They were so freaking low when we were down there. Okay, you just look at these. They're 270 right now. Oh, look at the daily chart, guys. I'm talking. They were like 50 cents when I was about to pull the trigger. Oh, I was right around here. Oh, Jesus. Look at the next day, guys. 272. That would have made you boys problems. I'm not going to say completely go away, but I'm going to say right now, your boy would have made a decent chunk of change there right off the bat and done that. That would have been pretty cool, all right? But then again, maybe I would have just added that to puts. I have no idea, absolutely no idea. Let's come over to this, all right? Friday's expiration, both, all right? And let's bring open interest, all right? Open interest, do we have volume here? We don't have volume? All right, that's okay. We will just have open interest. Let's just look at what we have the highest open interest on. Do you guys see this puts? Do you guys see what I'm talking about right now? This does not make sense to me, all right? Right now, the dealers are not doing, they're not doing what would benefit them, all right? So, and the dealers do run the market. So, I do think this really is setting up for a massive rug pull. You have this call right here, 17,000 open interest, all right? 415. All right, so like best case scenario for the dealer, I'd like hate to say it. Well, not hate to say it, all right, but it's going to be bring it down to 409, guys. Tomorrow. That is where, like right here, this is where they would be paying out more puts than calls. Yeah, after this expiration, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Feb 17 expiration is probably also going to be mega bearish. All right. But I think that's what they're trying to change right now. And look at this. I mean, no, they got to bring some of these out. All right, they really do. You do have right here 133,000. So if some of these get hit, like these are going to be things that dealers are forced to hedge on, and then you get squoze, all right? But it would be bringing you under 409 tomorrow for the close. Or no, not under 409. So no, yeah, under 409, but above 408 is where the dealers close you tomorrow. In my opinion, with all likelihood, because that is where they will be benefiting the most, all right? So there is that. I don't know if that does happen, all right? But that would be a $5 to $7 sell-off, depending where you end the day off today. And maybe this is a topping tail. I do personally believe that Apple, Amazon, and Google earnings is going to tank the market. You had Meta rallying the market today, which is, I mean, does not make sense to me. I'm going to be completely honest. I saw those earnings, and there was one out of like 3 good factors there, and that was it. And it was a very slight, it should not have done this, all right? That's all I'm saying. So the fact that this is taking place makes no sense to me. Meta is literally like coming straight up for something that like fundamentally the company should not be doing. Let's actually look at Meta real quick, or keep talking about this. Let's just pull up Meta. All right, let's pull up. Let's see what's happening. All right. Financials. All right. What was happening annually? All right. Because when was this? All right. So this was over September 2021. All right. So that was a while ago. But it was over here. Oh, we can't see anything for 2022 yet. Dang nabbit, guys. Dang nabbit. I guess we will look at quarterly. All right. Quarterly. They have kind of just stayed with their sales and revenue. So this is the only factor that came in as a beat, I believe, was the sales slash revenue. All right. We come over here, all right, and they've been kind of just chilling, guys. Now that I'm looking at this, they have just been doing, like, people have been really just freaking out about this research and development factor right here, and like, yeah, it's been going up, right? This is definitely for their whole metaverse thing, but yeah, I mean, it's not it's not bad at all, is what I'm getting at. All right, you come over here to net income. This is something. Oh, Jesus, this is what I'm getting at. This is the only cause of concern here. For me, is just this net income is steadily going down quarter after quarter. All right, I don't know what it's going to look like for last quarter, but I believe it was a um oh, not last quarter. I know for a fact. This, I believe this was a 50% miss. Let's come over here. Crap. Bring over Twitter again. Twitter. All right, come over here. There. I believe I retweeted this. Hang on, let me look. Let me just hang in there. Bear with me. Oh, this was yesterday. Where is it? Or no, wait, no, it would have been yesterday. I think Dude, where is it? All right, guys. I guess I didn't retweet it. I don't know. I could have swore I retweeted the Meta earnings. But regardless, I don't think this is something that should be taking place here. All right. Oh, surprise right there. Look at that. I do think you had an EPS miss of like 52% or something like that. Reported earnings 1.76, estimate 2.25. All right. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there were two out of three factors on that earnings report that I at least look at for companies. Is it was bad. All right, and there was the one beat, which I believe was the sales. All right, so like, there was that, but at the end of the day, if they're making less money, it should not be doing that. All right, maybe this is showing people that, like, hey, Meta has still got something left in the tank. Okay, so like, the stock is not just going to die. All right, maybe, but I don't think it should be doing that. All right, guys. So I know we have gone all. It's become another 50-minute video. I don't care at this point. I think this video is good enough. All right. It sucks putting out content that I think people might like. Some people might not enjoy, but at the same time, I don't even care to please everyone. All right. I kind of just want to please my niche. All right. And if you are in that niche, then you know. All right, because you should have been enjoying these. I hope you've been enjoying these videos. I don't know. All right. Obviously, I hope you're finding value out of these videos, but at the end of the day, I am definitely trying to appeal to my niche. All right. So I'm not going to please everyone. It's just something that's not going to happen. I don't know if you're going to have increasing volume going into the end of the day. All right. SPY is pretty lacking right there. Yesterday, you did have the increase in volume, which signaled that you were going to have continuation to today. Did I know this was going to happen? No, I didn't think we were going to gap up and do that off of Meta earnings right away like that. All right. But yeah, we do have Apple earnings, so that's the thing. So now let's go over the technicals. Okay. Now that we have talked a lot about everything, let's go over everything. So first things first, you have your weekly time frame all the way up there. Okay. What the hell is happening on the weekly CCI? All right. It's right back up there. And if this is going to act the same as that, then we're going to have a slight decline next week, and then we're going to go back up for a higher high the following week after that. We're going to form a bearish divergence. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but that can happen. Okay, it can happen. That is at least like if it's going to play out exactly like what happened here, where we have a whole year of selling ahead, that's exactly how it's going to take place. All right, look at that bad boy. We'll go right there. Now stepping over to VIX. All right, I want to point out, and someone actually said something. Well, what did I just do, dude? Someone actually said something about DXY forming a bullish divergence. They were waiting to see one, and guys, I actually already see one on DXY. So this is VIX. You do have the bullish divergence on the weekly time frame here, though. On the RSI, Do you 39? Yeah, you still do have a bullish divergence on the RSI, and you definitely do on that CCI there, right there. And now I will say this bottom market, guys, it's not working as well as I thought it would be working. Like, I'm not gonna say it's not like doing the trick, right? It's showing us, guys, VIX is towards its bottom, right? VIX is bottoming. But yeah, the SPY did not top last Friday. That was a thing, all right? It topped this week, all right? With all likelihood, it topped this week. All right, we can start this massive bull run that people are talking about, but I'm gonna say right now, if you're buying into it, I'm sorry, you're part of the people getting trapped, and that's just what's going to happen. But I'm not going to say the possibility isn't there, right? That is why I took the hedge, all right? The hedge has 2 weeks on it, and that's strictly if we do get a scenario such as where you saw the weekly CCI end up doing, oh, it was on QQQ. Or QQ, something like that, where we, do that and we continue pushing up higher. I don't think it's going to be the case, but it was strictly to cover my butt. If I am completely wrong on this, that should at least bring a little bit of money. Like, if I'm completely wrong on this, then yeah, I mean, trading account goes to kapooey, all right? It doesn't go complete kapooey, but for the vast majority of things, yeah, it goes kapooey. All right, so if I am completely wrong, I could literally just take that hedge and take that money out of that and refund my trading account, and I could rebuild from there. I don't think that is going to be a thing, though, now that I do have a decent amount of the March 3rd and March 17. I don't have the most March 17s, but those are definitely the expirations that are giving me complete peace of mind here, and just knowing that, hey, all I have to do is sit on my hands, work on my own self-development, my own self-improvement, and in the end, I should be perfectly fine. All right. And that is that. But yeah, all right. So now that we went over what's going on in the weekly time frame, let's go over the daily technicals. Okay. Keep in mind the daily technicals have been slightly troll, but the volume, honestly, guys, this has been the #1 indicator that I have seen predict short-term price action. All right. Straight up. We're going to have to see what happens at the end of the day with the volume here. And I can't say with certainty what's going to happen here. But it does look like you're at least going to come back up here and test that amount of volume. I don't know, because it's only 122. You have a decent part of the day left. All right, you come over here and SPY, it's a different story. All right, so we're going to have to see if you do. Maybe you do have Apple earnings putting in the top there. All right, I have no idea. All right, but all I do know is the top is still right around the corner. All right, nothing has changed other than like, hey, Jerome has acknowledged the bull case, which could give you the fuel to come up here. It's 420 to 430 range, all right, like I mentioned. All right, and again, I didn't think it was going to happen, but I also said, like, there's one thing that could cause it, and for some reason Jerome did that one thing. And I'm a realist. I told you guys what's gonna make something happen. That is exactly what made something happen. Okay, and that's why I say, like, I don't have a bias here. I'm a realist. I look at what makes sense to me, and that's that. All right, but yeah, you do have a hangman candlestick forming on SPY, SPX. QQQ does not have a hangman candlestick. What's going on? DIA, you have a bit of a hammer candlestick, but it is a red one. And yeah, IWM has a little floater up there, but it did not form a gap because it is, this yesterday's wick does intersect the gap it would have filled, or it would have created there. But yeah, I would say right now, guys, you do see what's happening with VIX here. VIX is green while SPY is green. All right, if VIX closes green while SPY and SPX are green, you have I think it's an 85% probability over the next 2 trading sessions that one of those is red on the indices. And I do think that is probably going to start the rug pull, and I think that's probably what we have loading right now. Okay, I think this is we probably just hit a top. In all likelihood, Apple earnings, I don't think is going to provide another pop with what we just got. All right, if we come over to Apple's above its 200 MA. You have a triple bearish divergence going on from this one to that one to that one. All right, and I don't know if you might have volume supporting this move going into the end of the day, but at the end of the day, it's only going to matter what comes out on those earnings. All right, you have nullified the bearish divergence on your RSI there, so that's a thing. All right, but keep in mind what VIX is telling us right now, guys. We are getting the demand back in for puts. All right, so it's coming. So when VIX moves, it's just showing you, and from how I look at it, it's showing you the people who can move the market are loading. All right, like, it's not the dumb money. All right, it's not what we're seeing right now. All right, but the people are closing calls and loading puts that can move the market. That's what's going to be moving VIX. Okay, the people with the moolah. All right, and I do think that's showing us exactly where our top is. Okay, right here. I think they're loading for Apple earnings. They know what's going to be going down. All right. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Your RSI on all of them are right up to overbought, except for Mr. Dow. Okay, and this is a big red flag to me, at least. Guys, like this whole sector is not partaking in the rally. Is that not sus to everyone? How does this make sense? It's not going to be a sustained move if you have one sector just completely not moving with it, okay? And then one sector at the same time is completely moving to like irrational extremes, all right? So there's that, all right? But let's go over what's going on with these divergences on the daily time frame. QQ completely nullified the divergences that it did have, all right? The stochastic though still does no, it does not have any divergence on the stochastic either. You also don't have it on your RSI, but your RSI is now at 73. So like it's higher than it's gone in this bear market, guys, and the highest it went over here is 78. So like if we do have one more green day after this, I'm gonna call with almost like I'm gonna say almost complete certainty that is that's this crap. No, I'm not. I can't the whole certain thing. I can't get around it. I can't do that. All right. But I'll say right now, your RSI is probably going to be turning down if you have one more green day here. All right. And that would probably align. If we do have another green day, if Apple brings you up, you're probably coming up here to either probably going to open by the gap fill tomorrow on SPY, or you come up here and you push 430 resistance. All right. And that would be a guaranteed spot where I would be sitting there saying like, there's no way you break this. All right. This is where sellers are going to pounce. If they didn't have enough strength down here, they're going to have enough strength up there. All right. That is that. And that is where I would expect a massive rug pull. But as far as SPY's divergences as well, you also completely nullified the bearish divergences going on SPY's CCI here, as well as not your stochastic yet, but I mean, hey, the CCI is what I go by, and that is that. All right, you have your RSI also at just under 70. It's 69.12 right now on the daily RSI on Mr. SPY. Guys, it's not looking solid there. All right, like even if you're a bull, this is where you start getting skeptical. I'm serious. Like, this is not where you want to be flipping bullish. We'll say that. You are literally buying into the trap. You should have been flipping bullish down here in this consolidation. If you wanted to have the bias that you were going to rip faces here and do what you have done, all right, then you could have held on to your longs, but the place to enter longs is definitely not here. It wasn't over here. All right, it was back here. Okay, this is when it was. All right. Obviously, you could have gotten in here and traded the move and did that. All right. But again, like, no, dude, don't try trading the move while you're up here. There's no point. Okay. If you want to pretty much have your version of like, hey, I acknowledge that we can go to 430 on SPY. Like, but I'm also gonna say like I did that right around open. Like that is also up a little as well. All right. But at the end of the day, also, those aren't going to be paying too much anyway. That's literally that's a worst case scenario. If we do end up getting that, let me take that money so I have it, and let me flip it to puts. That was my idea there. That was the whole idea behind it. It wasn't what I said like earlier, how like, oh, maybe like really worst case scenario. I'm completely wrong about all of this. Everything I've been saying is completely wrong. We go on this massive bull rip for the next month and a half, and boom, all puts go to zero that I hold. All right. That's like something that can happen. I do know. Like, I mean, it can happen. That's the purpose, all right, of that hedge. But more importantly, so I can flip short, all right? That's like realistically, that's what I wanted that hedge to act as. Like, hey, if that does happen and the bulls, like, if it comes true, if it comes to fruition, you get to flip short there. There you go, all right? There is a lot of extra thousands down the line, all right? Because, like, at the end of the day, guys, this is definitely going to be the biggest short opportunity that we have gotten all bear market. I say that with, I just said I don't want to be certain about things, but I'm going to say right there, I am extremely confident we do not have this going on. Extremely confident where you're going to come back up and push highs. All right, extremely confident that I know exactly what caused that. we have the exact opposite. We already went over the notes. If you want to go back to that section of the video, go back to that section of the video. You'll see that Jerome literally told us what's going on right now is the exact opposite of what's happening over there. All right. So we can't physically have that happen. All right. So I do know that's off the table, but again, I'm going to avoid the certain word. All right. But yeah, guys, I am pretty dang positive if we do get up here, that is going to be like, even right here would be the biggest shorting opportunity you've had all bear market. But if you get up here, that is when I say, holy crap, holy sweet potatoes. All right. This is the biggest shorting opportunity you will get throughout, like, maybe the whole bear market. I don't know, okay? Because this bear market can go on for like 5 years. So maybe we get some pretty sick, wild opportunities. We have seen volatility heavily pick up in the last, like, from over here, all right? It was there, all right? But then you see, like, this is a whole lot of chip chop going on. This is a whole lot of tricks, all right? So maybe we see some crazy things go down. I don't know, all right? But coming over to the 4-hour time frame, we again have, like, guys, we've, like, literally gone through all of these divergences. You now have a new one that is formed going from here to there. All right. So you have this. This is on the 4-hour time frame of SPY. You come over here to QQQ. All right. Let's actually clear up the chart before we go over there. Come over here to SPY. All right. And you again have that 4-hour bearish divergence forming. It looks like you are going to go a little higher. So maybe you do end up pushing on up into Apple earnings. But guys, if you end up going up into Apple earnings, I would again suspect that these bearish divergences that we're talking about right now, these are also going to be nullified. All right. Because it would be something explosive. All right. It would be like what we have going on right now. All right. And keep in mind, you literally came up and flipped the top of the channel. I did not think that would happen. It happened. All right. You come over, flip to the hourly time frame. You have a big fat bearish divergence going on here on the CCI. You do not on the RSI yet. Yes, you do have. You have a very slight one there on the RSI. But yeah, guys, let's actually look at the 4-hour RCI. Look at this. Look at this, guys. We can stay up here for a while. Okay, we can do our little dance, but we already had our little dance over here. We had our dance here. I don't think you just stay up here and consolidate here. I think this is literally the mother of all bull rips here. Or not bull rips, bull traps here, that is getting ready for literally exactly what we had here. Once the selling started, the selling started. Like, you know, you come over here to this, all right? So here you had this CPI gap up here. I specifically remember this. You had this right here, and then you continued going on. You had, what is this, 4 more trading sessions of moving higher. All right, you peaked 4 trading sessions after the close of that. So that would mean we're going to be peaking after here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, over here, over on Feb 7th. Okay, I don't know if that's going to be taking place. All right, but I will say right now, with all likelihood, you have exactly what you had right here, where you have, hey, let me get that last oomph there, that last bit of the bull trap, and then we, we end up pushing on up. Maybe that aligns with SPY pushing on up to this gap fill. I have no idea. All right, I'm not going to really be giving any specific technicals here. This video was pretty much to let you guys know exactly where my thoughts at, where my head is at, where we are. All right, what I'm doing to make sure that, like, hey, I'm going to be able to sit back and relax and just chill, okay? I'm going to be honest, the Feb 17s, I kind of do wish that I just loaded the boat on, like, March 17s, like, this whole time, all right? Because then I would have no stress, all right? But at the same time, live and you learn. It's that, all right? That is why not too long ago I told you guys, all right? Part of my new approach is, hey, 60 to 120 days on the part of my account that I allocate to swing trades on the indices. And that is 20% of the account. Right now, obviously not. But after I get back to the capital where was at before, which should be by the time this, by those expirations, all right? I'm not going to say I'm going to be holding those March ones. I think they're going to pay much sooner than expiration there. But I will need to get a significant amount of my trading account back before I shift over to we'll say when I have 30 to 40K, that will 100% be when I am fully open to completely switching over to the systematic approach. And I mean, I kind of had 3 systems. I have one that's complete right now, and then I have 2 in the works right now that it goes along with what I was saying throughout this video. But I do know these are things that I'm going to have to tweak for months And then, like I said, I'm going to have to get proof of concept. All right. And that's going to be the hard part because I'm going to have to wait for some crap like this to come around again in order to do that. All right. But yeah, I mean, those will be in the works. All right. But yeah, one of those things is literally like, yeah, you don't buy any less than 60 days and you get 60 to 120 days on those. That's what you play with. You get 3 to 6 months on the swings to go your way. All right. On top of that, what also comes along, you also only trade in vertical spreads. Okay. So there will be that. Okay. So we will also always have a short side to the position, which we can trade around and do that. Okay. So that will also be something there. All right, so I think that's pretty much all I wanted to really get out there this video. There's nothing really much more that there is to say. There really isn't, all right? Like, I'm straight up, guys. What the heck is happening right here? This is the Jerome effect coming. This is the Jerome coming out dovish effect. That is 100% what is going on. But if you really look at what we already went over, our notes, which I guess I deleted the tab now. If you really do look over our notes, all right, like you can see that the vast majority of what he said leads to everything that I have been saying. The bear case, okay? The bear case is what he shed the most light on yesterday, or he acknowledged the most yesterday. I'll say that. What he shed the most light on, though, is the little bitty piece of the bull case there that is, like, yeah, that's fueling this rally. This literally was fueling this, and I told you guys if he acknowledges it, that is going to be what that's going to be what sparks you 420, 430 SPY within a week. That's it. All right. And like, it sucks that it's that way, but like, at the end of the day, the market gonna do what the market gonna do. All right. Market do whatever it wants. All right. And I think the market wants to start rug pulling. I think the market wants to start exploding here on the VIX. All right. So that's what I'm going to be watching for. We still do have that bullish divergence in play. If we were to invalidate this bullish divergence somehow on VIX, then that would be the only way I really come back and say like, hey guys, all right, I think we do end up having a bull rip. I think we continue this bull rip until we start forming that bullish divergence here on the VIX. But guys, we have that. We have that bullish divergence still with this bottom. We are now at 1770. So this was, why did I mark this? Oh, this was the low from this day, I believe, 1770. So you did end up opening right around there, going down a little lower, forming this hammer candlestick right off the bottom. So is this the bottoming tail like we saw over here and we saw over here for Mr. VIX? Maybe the same thing we saw over here. All right. I have absolutely no idea. Do we form a topping tail today on SPY and QQQ? Again, absolutely no idea. It is looking like you're going to have a bullish close, but anything can happen going into the close. It is only 1:37 p.m. after all. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave you guys off with this. I'm sorry it's not the most technical video. It really isn't. All right, a lot of it was us just talking. All right, a lot of it is me going over everything that I'm going to be doing in my life. Well, not even my life, but in terms, in relation to trading and the market. All right, and I hope I did make that very clear at the beginning of the video. I believe I did. But yeah, all right, so I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.